Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to this episode of Moore's October Rants. Today's topic is one I think a lot of us can relate to, and I'm calling it You Cannot Control Who Chooses to Block You. Let's be real, we've all been there. You're talking to someone, usually online, and maybe you're genuinely interested in getting to know them. You're treating them with respect, showing some kindness, trying to keep things positive, and then, out of nowhere, you're blocked, just like that. And if you're like I used to be, you're left sitting there like, wait, what did I do wrong? It took me a while to get it. But over time, I started to realize that blocking isn't always about what we did or didn't do. Sometimes people have their own reasons that don't even involve us. And honestly, those reasons are usually a lot more about them than they are about us. Everyone's got their own boundaries, their own comfort zones, and their reasons for drawing those lines. What's tricky, though, is how different those reasons can be from person to person. For one person, a simple disagreement might be enough to block you, while for someone else, it might take a much bigger clash to hit that button. Here's the thing, though. Trying to figure out or even predict everyone else's boundaries? It's a losing game. You'll drive yourself crazy if you think you can get it right every time, especially since people are just so different. I've come to see that if someone's looking for a reason to block you, it almost doesn't matter what you say or do. It's like they've already decided. Some people, I think, even look for reasons not to like someone. It could be discomfort, a fear of commitment, or just plain moodiness on their part. But the point is, it's usually out of your hands. I used to get really wrapped up in it. If someone blocked me, I'd take it so personally. It felt like a slap in the face, especially when I thought things were going well. Like I'd think we were having this great, friendly conversation, only to find out they didn't see it that way at all. They might have found the convo boring or annoying, or maybe they were just not in the headspace for a chat, and I'd be left wondering what I did wrong. Learning not to take it personally has been a long journey for me, and I'm honestly still working on it. I mean, it's hard, right? It stings, especially when it's someone you care about or you're genuinely interested in getting to know. But what I've had to remind myself is that just because I thought the conversation was good doesn't mean they felt the same. And that's okay. We don't all connect in the same way, and that's just how it is. I keep reminding myself, if someone blocks me, it doesn't have to mean I did something wrong. One eye-opener was when I figured out how social media algorithms handle blocking. If enough people block you within a certain period, the app flags you as a problem, even if those people had petty reasons, or even if they blocked you just for fun. I actually ran a little experiment with this once, just to see what would happen. I had a few people block me, then unblock me, all in a short span of time. And guess what? After about 5 blocks, my account got restricted from messaging, and eventually, it got banned. Here's the crazy part. The app doesn't care why people blocked you, only that they did. It's like, even if someone blocks you because they don't like the way you phrased something or they just disagree with you, the app doesn't see the difference. It doesn't know the backstory or the context. It just labels you as problematic. And there's no chance to explain yourself or say, hey, this isn't what it looks like. This brings me to something that really bothers me. A lot of these apps almost use these shame tactics against us. They want us to think that if we're getting blocked, it's because we're the problem. They're essentially sending a message like, well, if multiple people are blocking you, you must be the issue. It's messed up because at the end of the day, these platforms don't know us. They don't see the nuance of who we are or what really went down in those interactions. So who are they to judge? Recently, I started asking myself this big question. If someone blocks me, are they really worth me getting all upset over? Because when someone blocks you, they're pretty much making it clear they don't want you around. So why should I invest any more energy into someone who's already decided they want out? It's a hard pill to swallow sometimes, especially when our ego's involved. We get caught up thinking, why wouldn't they want to talk to me? But the truth is, if someone wants nothing to do with you, there's no point in trying to force a connection. Friendships, conversations, interactions, those should be mutual. Both people should want to be there. Now, I get it though. Our egos don't like rejection. It's hard not to feel like something's wrong with us, especially when we've done our best to be friendly and respectful. But I keep coming back to this. Just because two people don't mesh, it doesn't mean something's wrong with either one of them. It's just a mismatch, and that's all. I think that's a tough lesson a lot of us have to learn. There's this one story that really sticks with me. I was once blocked by someone I'd been chatting with, and later on I ended up in a group chat where she was too. Now in this chat, everyone can hear each other, and she must have seen my name pop up. So instead of ignoring me, she starts mocking me, saying things like, "Oh, look, it's the guy I blocked." And I'm sitting there like, really? What's the point? She didn't want to talk to me, so she blocked me. Fine. But why go out of her way to make fun of me? I remember telling her, "You chose to block me, so just move on. Why turn it into this whole thing?" I think that experience just showed me how sometimes people use blocking as some kind of power play. It's like they're trying to make you feel smaller, make you feel ashamed, even though you didn't do anything wrong. And that's when I realized it says more about them than it ever says about me. If someone has to go to those lengths to feel good, well, that's on them. Anyway, that's what I wanted to share today. Blocking can feel harsh, and social media can make us feel like it's all our fault. But if someone blocks us, it's probably a sign we don't need that energy in our lives anyway. Thanks so much for listening to Moore's October Rants. That's it for this episode. Take care, everyone, and have a good one. Goodbye.